And we're back. Cool. Had a week off. And I really needed it this week. I need a good distraction this week, people. It's so funny. The people that I work with watch me do this. I'll probably lose I might lose some credibility with some and gain credibility with others. Are you voguing? Are you voguing? This is not Vogue music.
Trying to do what Oscar does, remember?
Right. Hey everybody, welcome to Gene Pool Variety Hour. This is episode 67. I am the old fart in the group. I'm the dad. I am Sean, and the guy on the other screen is...
What's up, guys? It's QuillMiester. I don't know why I did that. It felt right.
We don't need to be doing bow chicka wow wow porn music on a podcast with your dad. That's kind of... Makes my eye twitch just a tad. Just a tad. So anyway, and yes, here it is. We're in November, and I had COVID back in the first 2 weeks of September, and I still have this cough. I didn't have the cough when I had COVID. I got the cough as COVID went away, and it's still here. So I apologize. But anyway, okay, that was not due to COVID.
I know.
That's just due to being rude. So we weren't here last week. I've had a really interesting week. I'm not going to go into a lot of details because I just don't want to go into a lot of personal stuff. But I've had a really, really interesting week, and it was just a couple of days after all that happened last week. And so, and your mom and I were going to go to Jake's football game, right? Remember I told you about that? Hello?
Yeah, sorry.
I'm sitting there talking to you, and you're just like completely ignoring me. I'm like,
I was sending a message.
What, my chopped liver?
I was sending a message to my lady love about her volume, asking her to close the door.
You do a little pre-production, post-production, pre-production, production value stuff during the show. Okay. Anyway, so we went to.
I remember the thing about Jake's game.
Yeah.
And how was it, by the way?
Cold and kind of rainy, and we left in the third quarter. So we basically wanted to go.
Did they win?
No, they were losing when we left, so we don't know if they ended up winning or not. But so anyway, like I mentioned last week, my fourth son, which is Connor's brother's best friend since they've been in middle school, he's now a high school teacher and a high school coach. This year's his first year doing it, and so we went to their last home game last Friday night. So that was kind of cool, and it just. I'm a band geek. And I'm obviously a band snob. Because...
Was the band not good?
It was so bad. I felt... I can't even put it into words. So, a little backstory. When I was in high school, and I don't know what it was, because our old band director, we had a reunion several years ago, and he said... Because he went on to another school and continued teaching for years... And he said that time when we had our band in high school, he said it was a different time. It was never like that before, and it's never been like that since. There was just this magic time in high school bands back then. And we were huge. I mean, we had a trumpet section of 40 in 1 year, you know. But a lot of bands today, the entire band is not even 40 people anymore. They just don't really push band stuff. And it just... was hard to listen to. Here's the thing. Okay, we couldn't figure this out. So it was the home team, Jake's team, and I'm not even going to mention teams, and then the other team, the visiting team. Visiting team's band went on first. And all of a sudden, as they're out there, I'm like, there's a lot of people on the field that don't have instruments. But they're marching and holding their hands up like they're holding an instrument, like they've got an invisible instrument. There's like people up there, they're doing like this, like they were holding a trumpet, but they didn't have an instrument. And then I started counting. Half the band didn't have instruments. We started looking
What?
closer. We started looking closer. There were no woodwind instruments. No clarinets, no flutes, no saxes, none of them. So they marched the show with no instruments. And so the only people playing were the brass section and the percussion. And it was kind of rainy and kind of sprinkly. And somebody said, well, maybe it's because of the reeds and the pads on the instruments. I'm like, we marched in 12, 14-mile parades in driving rainstorms with clarinets and flutes and saxophones and stuff. So it was the weirdest thing I've never seen. Half the band didn't have instruments. And then the home team came on, and they played a halftime show of video game music, starting with like Super Mario Brothers type music and this kind of stuff. And they ended, their showstopper was the theme from Skyrim. I knew what the song was. I know the melody. You and I played that for thousands of hours. You couldn't tell what they were playing. It was so quiet. So I love people that are willing to get out there and do it. But if you have a band that's small and they struggle to be able to march and play at the same time, then just put them out there, put them in a formation, and just let them stand on the field and play. Because I've seen some bands do that. You know, they're small. They didn't really have enough. They couldn't put enough power into their music when they're marching because there wasn't that many of them. So they would just go out on the field, march into a formation, and play a song, and they would march into another formation and they would play that kind of thing. And that's fine.
Yeah.
So and I felt bad. I mean, I felt bad for the kids because they're out there and they're putting their all into it. And you could almost see the crowd. The crowd was just completely ignoring them. I mean, they were out there playing and trying their hardest. And the crowd was just completely ignoring them. So I just felt bad for them. Yeah, I know. So,
hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Random question for you.
Okay, hold on.
No, it's not. It pertains to the subject. It's not a chicken.
Never know with you.
Have you ever thought of possibly teaching marching band stuff?
Well, first of all, I haven't done it in so many years. No. Okay. And I haven't played in a few years either because I sold my trumpet several years ago, and I've been meaning to buy a new one. I want to buy a new one, just a toy, like a pocket trumpet, a small one, just to play with and have. But I'm dad with a house and a job and bills and other things to always take precedence. So it never happens. I would love to do that, but I like playing in a band, not by myself, and I don't have many opportunities to do that. So anyway, before next year, I probably will because, my high school...
You probably will teach?
No, I probably will pick up a horn and build my chops back up and play again because my high school does an alumni band every year for homecoming or something, so I'll probably try to do that next year. And UAB does it as well. So, but they only seem to invite the band people that are former marching band people, and I want to send them an email and say, hey, you do know there was a band here before there was a marching band, right? You did have a band here at school before you even had a football team. We played at the basketball games. We can play the horn too.
Yeah,
so
my head is big.
Your head is big.
I'm looking at myself in the screen, and literally,
yep,
I'm all head.
You're all head. Yep.
But you're perfectly framed. Like, why can't you do that with me?
Okay, and here's why. Here's why. Because my stuff stays in one spot. Sometimes you're facing the other way. Sometimes you're facing that way. So you keep moving around, and so your camera's closer or further away because you don't keep everything in one place, which you can't because it's your dining room table. I get that, right? So that's why, because I can't sit here and readjust every single time you move. So it is what it is. All right, so That's kind of what's going on with me. I have been doing some searching. I've got some changes coming up for me that's probably going to necessitate me moving to take a different job. I don't know what that's going to look like. But so that's been kind of the weird stuff for me this week. So that's kind of just, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but that's kind of what's going on there. So yeah, not much going on here other than that. It's just been kind of a weird week, a lot of holding pattern type stuff. So what's been going on with you?
Let's see. It's the end of the first week after Jeff officially retired last week.
Right, right.
Mhm. Let's see. Yesterday, Kenny had to deal with his kids because his ex-wife couldn't pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
So then he had to stay home and I worked solo the entire day.
Oh, well,
And
that
one of the
kept you
guys from
busy.
Oh yeah, one of the guys from the office came by and it told me he heard something over the radio that he needed help with, and I'm like, okay, hey, let's go do that. So I did it, and then when we were done, he said he was going to talk to basically the person in charge of payroll
Mm-hmm.
that I should get more money as Kenny's number two,
Cool. All right. So
so I
was it
could be
Dwight or
getting
Jim?
over, huh?
Was it Dwight or Jim? You said somebody from the office, so I'm just assuming it was Dwight or Jim. It certainly would be Michael, because Michael's clueless.
It was actually Andy, believe it or not.
Okay, so it was late season office then.
Yeah,
Okay,
late
gotcha.
series office.
Gotcha. It wasn't Robert California at all.
No,
No,
well,
because he
that guy scares the crap out of me.
cause he would have made you go back to his place and skinny dip in his pool
Some weird
and
crap
do
like that he
yoga
would've
and all kind
Exactly.
and smoke a bong or whatever it was he would make him do.
But yeah,
Dance naked in the
that
moonlight, right? That's Robert
but yeah,
California
that
for you.
was. But yeah, so that's cool, and this pay increase would be on top of the second rumored pay increase that they'll put up because honestly they just need more people to apply and to stay coming in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so so currently I'm making around $15 an hour,
Nice.
and there's a rumor or that could be going up to $18 an hour.
Doesn't sound like much, but when you think about it,
It adds up.
$3 an hour for 40 hours for 52 weeks or 50 weeks or whatever. Yeah, that's a good bit. So
Yeah, it adds up.
sure.
And like I said, this will be on top of the pay increase I may get if as for being Kenny's number two.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. That's awesome. I think that's
Yeah.
great. So, any nerd stuff? Any fun nerd stuff?
I've been getting back into Borderlands 3, playing that some more.
Okay. All right.
And that's been really fun.
Yeah.
Getting to vent some of my frustrations by killing people. That's always a very fun outlet.
Been doing a lot of that myself lately. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Virtually,
people.
let's see.
Virtually.
Yes, virtual people. Well,
Very specific.
virtual crazy people on my end who already deserve being killed. So we're good.
And I'm just killing aliens and robots and stuff.
Oh, that's just automatic then, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're an alien, and then just bam, automatically you're free game.
Right. So, any other kind of things going on? Because I got a couple of things I want to mention.
For the past week, Nikki has been working on ways to upgrade Tifa's enclosure and such. And today, she really hit the ball running.
Got like a bunny habit trail in your house now. I saw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, Nikki got a bunch of these cat tubes and basically made a tunnel system from her main play area to the office, opening up into a second play area. So that when Nikki is in the office, Tifa can be in there too, and they can just hang out.
Right.
And,
I get that. Or
and Tifa freaking loves it.
I'm sure she does.
Oh,
she has a little bit more room to move.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything going on with me on my end. I mean, I talked a little bit about some stuff. I'm thinking. So as far as gaming stuff, I mean, Destiny, yes, but this week's been Iron Banner. I've been grinding some Iron Banner, but I'm working on a new Void Walker build, which basically allows you to throw non-stop grenades, which is kind of fun. So I've been working on that. Probably gonna hang out with the guys and run some stuff tonight, but I've been trying to play a few different things, getting ready for my tentative charity stream next Thursday, Veterans Day, because I started doing that last year on Veterans Day for to benefit 22 Kill, which is now one tribe foundation for military and first responder suicide prevention. My plan is still to do it next Thursday. I'll have more information about it next week because I don't even know if I'm going to be in town next week. It's kind of up in the air. So stay tuned for that. I will push it big time in the days leading up to it when it's confirmed that it's going to happen. But next Tuesday, and I want to bring up this other screen that we had real quick. So next Tuesday is the launch of the Misspelled Legion of Dorks anthology, book 3 in that anthology series that they do for charity. And I have a story in it. And it's coming out. It's launching next week, Tuesday, November 9th. We're having a stream. I will be putting up in all my social media feeds the link to go there, the link to order it. If you want to pre-order it, you can get it on Amazon. Benefits Toys for Tots, I believe. And it's a bunch of nerds writing a bunch of short stories about magic gone awry. And so there's a little synopsis, a little blurb about what my story's about, hidden magic. And it would be great if you guys would come in and hang out at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time next Tuesday evening. Again, I will send that link out to the stream itself in the next few days. And come join us and chat, and we'll talk about the book. And then on Thursday, I'll be doing the charity stream for my own charity. So that's my plan for the next coming week. Let me go back to my other stuff, and every time I go back to here, I have to fix my webcam because my webcam does not want to keep its settings. So every time I switch back to my webcam, it does that whole low light setting crap. So now that's fixed. Okay, so that's all I got going on. That's all you got going on. Anything else that we need to talk about before we move on? Or what do you do? You're like, are you going to choke on your nuts again like you did that other time? Except these are pretzels. I still have that clip.
Balls.
You're choking. Oh, you're gonna choke on your balls this time, huh? Not your nuts. Gotcha. Okay. Good to know.
Hey, Dad.
Yes.
Dad.
What?
Better than choking on my rod.
Okay. We're supposed to be family friendly, but at least our humor is middle school boy yucky humor. It doesn't get any worse than that. Okay, that's good. So
maybe ninth grade.
No, it's middle school. It's definitely 7th, 8th grade. It's definitely 7th, 8th grade. Immature, pubescent boy, sexual innuendo humor. That's what it is.
So Luke.
No, not anymore. Back then, yes. So is there anything else we want to talk about before we get started and everything? I feel like there should be some music playing or something. It feels weird not having any music. But anyway, that's...
Exactly.
So...
It feels bleak.
It is kind of a bleak week. It is kind of weird. So I was hoping we'd have some folks in here to hang out with us. But doesn't look like it's going to happen tonight. Not. So, and that's the other thing. Probably with sometime in the near future, we don't have an exact timeline on that. We're going to be switching our streams to probably Monday nights. So just stay tuned for that. I'll let you guys know that when we have a better idea when that's going to happen. It's going to kind of be contingent on all this stuff, all these changes that are happening for me right now. So, anything else before we jump into the geek question? It's kind of an interesting geek question.
No.
Okay.
No,
well,
I'm
then
good.
Let's just do that. Make sure that I hit the right button this time.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
I'm not feeling it this week.
Okay. All right. And you're going to do it as soon as I start talking, aren't you?
No,
I
Dad,
know you.
honestly,
I
I'm
know
not.
you. Okay.
I'm not.
All right. I get it. So, all right. So, what's the geek question then?
All right.
I
The
can't
geek
believe he's not
question
doing it.
is...
I cannot believe he's not doing it. It's weird. My whole world is turned upside down. He's not doing it. I don't know what to do with myself. So, what's the question?
The geek question is... if you had the funds and the means to take your favorite video game or video game franchise and make a movie adaptation of it, who would you cast as what character?
Okay. Cool. Go. I know what game you're going to do, and you know what game I'm going to do.
I know.
Because it's kind of the only one I play.
So the game I'm gonna pick is Mass Effect.
Surprise, surprise.
Hey, I would have chosen Borderlands if there wasn't already a Borderlands movie in the
That's
making.
true. That's true. And I just told you about some of the I mean, we were talking about the casting, and I couldn't believe that you didn't know about Kevin Hart as Roland.
I mean, yeah, Kevin Hart as hardened badass Roland, that makes no sense.
No, none whatsoever.
I could see Kevin Hart as being Claptrap more than I can see Jack Black being him.
Well, no, I mean, I could see Kevin Hart being Claptrap more than Roland. I kind of see Jack Black pulling off the Claptrap sense of humor better than Kevin Hart.
But Jack Black doesn't have that high pitched annoying voice.
Oh yeah, he does.
That Claptrap has.
He can. So
at his age,
sure.
He's old. He's older than you. I know.
Is he really? Are you sure?
I think so. Oh, you're in your late 50s.
No, I'm not in my late 50s. I'm in my early 50s. I'm pre-55, which means early 50s. Late 50s would be after 55. Come on, man.
Okay.
I'm already old enough. Don't make me older.
Aren't you 54?
Nope, 53.
Oh, dang it.
Yep.
I was off by one. Anyway, still, you're in your 50s. I think he's in his at least late 60s, late 50s. I'm sorry.
Was he like Clint Eastwood? What are you talking about here?
No.
All right, well, look up. When's his birthday?
Okay.
Hey Siri, when is Jack Black's birthday? And it didn't answer me. Hey Siri, when is Jack Black's birthday?
Jack Black was born August 28th, 1969.
He's
and
a year.
52 years old.
He's 52. He's a year younger than me.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, hey, still. So anyway, my choice was Mass Effect.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go into the main team. The characters that kind of stayed with you throughout all three games.
Sure.
Sure. That'll be Shepard, Tali, Garrus.
Yeah.
Rex, and then Liara.
Okay. Go.
Not gonna include Ashley or Caden, mainly because of the complexities of choosing them between the games.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
So
they were both boring anyway.
Yeah, they were.
So. Okay. Go.
Let's see. Garrus.
Garrus.
I can oddly see Benedict Cumberbatch playing him. Know what I mean? He kind of has that smart and can be kind of goofy kind of vibe, but also serious a lot of the time.
But definitely.
Garrus has.
Yeah, definitely along the Oh God, I just Doctor Strange.
What?
I was drawing a blank on the character name. Definitely,
Doctor Strange.
No. What I mean is definitely I was drawing a blank on the name Doctor Strange. Definitely kind of how he played that character.
Oh yeah.
I could see him playing something like that and fitting the Garrus character. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Let's see. For Rex, I can honestly see either Dave Bautista.
Okay.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, I see that more. Yeah, just because of the voice.
Or who's the guy that did Magic Mike? Again, not Channing Tatum, the other guy. The guy that's a D&D nerd.
Oh, Joe Manganiello.
Yes, I don't know why, but I can kind of see him.
Yeah, I just saw him in an episode of ER tonight. He was young. I barely recognized him.
Nice.
Yep. So,
okay. Let's see, Liara.
Yeah, who's gonna be Liara?
I can see either Jennifer Lawrence, Emma Watson, or Emma Stone playing her.
No, of the three, Emma Watson, I think.
Oh yeah.
I see Emma because, I mean, obviously, you know, like with someone like Rex, I mean, it's going to be all this big costume type stuff, right? Same thing with Garrus. But with Liara, it's going to be kind of just blue body paint, really, and a little bit of prosthetics for the hair. So you're really going to need. So you're really going to need their face.
Jennifer Lawrence is finished with that.
Yeah, but and so you need kind of that facial structure, Liara's facial structure, and I think Emma Wattson's face much more closely matches Liara's facial structure than
Emma Watson.
Jennifer Lawrence or Emma Stone. Yeah.
Real quick, here come
Yeah.
I'm kind of blanking. You know, Emma Stone was the one who played Gwen Stacy in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see. Next up, it would be my all-time favorite girl, Tali Zora Naraya. I loved this
Voss Normandy.
Voss Normandy. Yeah. And by the end of the game series, Voss Ranok.
Yeah. Whatever. So yeah.
I've loved this woman since the first time I saw her. You know.
And when did you see her?
In Mass Effect 1.
I didn't ever saw her face. Of course, I never romanced her. So, sorry about that.
Anyway, you know what I mean.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
She's an awesome character. Anyway, I can oddly see Felicia Day playing her. I can't see anyone else playing her.
I could almost see Emma Stone playing her. Because she's goofy. She's goofy.
And Felicia Day isn't?
Yeah, but it kind of a different, I don't know. I could see, well, maybe Lisa Foyles, maybe, but I don't know. It's interesting, but I'm trying to think who else I could see playing those characters.
The one I'm having the hardest time picking is Shepard, mainly because of all the high customization options with Shepard.
Yeah,
you know,
well, I mean, I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't worry about that. Just pick somebody that you think would play that character well.
But I mean, that's the thing. There's a bunch of people who I think could play that character very well. Because of how he can look.
We'll throw them out there and let's decide on the best one.
Let's see. Chris Hemsworth.
Okay. Too muscly.
Chris Pratt.
Too goofy.
You've played the games. You know how goofy Shepard can get.
Nice. Other than his horrible dancing. Anyway. So go ahead.
Oddly enough, I can see Channing Tatum doing it.
Of the three, I could probably see him pulling it off better. He has the more chiseled look, I think. And I'm not saying Chris Hemsworth doesn't. I'm saying, but Chris Hemsworth is almost too bulky, right? And just to so anyway. But I mean, it's whatever. I think of those three, I could probably see Channing Tatum because he could pull
one more.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I don't know why, but I can kind of see Idris Elba doing it.
Sure.
Oh wait, I just thought of someone who could make an even better Rex.
Okay.
Djimon Hounsou.
Is that the African American guy, the African actor?
He's a guy in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. That Peter Quill meets, and he's like,
yeah. He was also in Gladiator. He was also the Gladiator's friend in Gladiator. That guy. Yeah, but I don't see him being able to pull off Rex's voice because he has such
his
an
voice
accent.
already sounds like Rex.
No, it doesn't. It's very when he speaks, he definitely has that like South African
gravelly effect.
No, not gravelly, just that African or whatever his ethnic language dialect is. He's got that accent, and I don't know if he can pull off. I've never in any character I've seen him pull off not using that voice. So I mean, maybe he could. I've just never seen him in a character that does. He always uses the same voice, that accent from that South African or whatever, wherever he's from, Nigerian or whatever accent.
Now, if he was still alive, I'd have picked Chadwick Boseman over Idris Elba, if he was still alive.
For Shepard.
Shepard.
Oh, okay.
Shepard.
Yeah. Okay. I think I like Channing Tatum better, but but anyway,
I'm still pissed at him and everyone who was involved with the Gambit movie. It fell out.
It wasn't his fault.
I want a Gambit movie.
It wasn't his fault. That's the studio's fault.
No, I know.
Yeah, so don't blame him. Don't get mad at him. It's blame 20th Century Fox or whoever it was that was involved in shutting it down.
Fox.
So anyway,
you can't sponsor us now, Fox.
All right,
Screw
so
you, Fox.
What else? Is that it?
Let's
wait. You
What?
forgot the most important character that's in all three movies.
Joker?
Yes.
Seth Green. Who
Obviously,
else?
he'd play. I mean, he'd be Seth Green. I was just sitting there going, "How could you not mention Seth Green and Joker?"
I mean, Dad. Seth Green is Seth. I mean, that's a given.
And what about Edie?
Edie? No,
It'd be Trisha Helfer.
Now her, I could see Jennifer Lawrence.
No, Trisha Helfer. Trisha Helfer does her voice. That's 6 from Battlestar Galactica. That's who that is. That blonde from Battlestar Galactica. That's Edie. She's the one that does her voice. And you froze.
Okay,
there you go. So yeah, I can see her doing it.
Dang it. Dad.
Yes.
What's the name of the guy who leads Cerberus? The Mysterious Man, the Illusion Man. What's
Martin Sheen?
The guy who leads Cerberus. No,
Martin Sheen.
The name of the guy who.
The Elusive Man.
The name of the
Elusive Man.
The Elusive Man. That's what I was trying to remember.
Yeah, well, that would be Martin Sheen.
I could see James Spader playing the Elusive Man.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
Yep.
It could fit so well.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who else? Who else that's important, but not core important, you know? Man. Actually, who would be the voice of the Reapers, you know? Oh, just a general strong, domineering voice.
I don't know.
I don't want to say Sam Elliott. He's too soft.
Is it Miranda? Who would be?
I hate Miranda.
I know, but who would play Miranda?
Miranda?
Who would play Jack?
Jeez. Oh, Jack?
Yeah, who would play Jack?
Oh man.
I think I know who.
Oh no, you know that mute chick in John Wick?
Oh, Ruby Rose.
No.
Ruby Rose. The one that he fights in John Wick, Chapter 3.
Yeah. The mute chick.
I think that's Ruby Rose. I think that's her name. Hold on, I'm drawing a blank, but I think it's Ruby Rose.
But I could see her doing it.
Well, I was thinking her, and then I was thinking, who else was I thinking? But yeah, that would be a good one. Yeah, Ruby Rose. Yep. I could see her. I could definitely see her doing it. Yeah.
Oh yes, she would make an awesome Jack.
Yeah, I think so too.
But Miranda, I can't think of anyone who could play Miranda. I mean, I could think of people, but I don't know their real names.
I think the actress from The Blacklist, who plays. Hold on, let me pull. I can't think of her name.
Is it weird? Is it weird? I can see Jennifer Aniston doing it. Is that weird?
That's super weird. Megan Boone. I could see her playing Miranda. She plays Elizabeth Keene. She plays the main female lead in Blacklist.
Gal Gadot?
No, I don't think so. Maybe, but anyway.
But, all right, but still, so far I think I've got a good lineup.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So is that it? Is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
Okay, cool. So obviously I'm going to do,
Destiny.
Forza Horizon 5, right? No, I'm just kidding. Destiny.
Yeah.
So, okay. It's a long list. And it's not
You
everybody.
don't need...
Hey, you ended up with like 10 people. I can have mine. So shut up.
No.
Let me have mine.
I did the core characters. You're picking people. You're picking people who add to the game,
Connor,
not the campaign or the story.
you do realize that in the campaign, there's basically just the Guardian, right? And the Ghost. The Guardian and the Ghost.
That's everyone else.
Exactly. That's who I've got on here is the people you talk to. Right. The people in the tower. The people that are part of the cutscenes, that are part of the storyline. They just don't go out and fight with you. Except in the cutscenes. So, whatever. All right, so, do you want me to start with... Okay, I'm going to start with... Look, people in the tower, okay? And I straight up ripped some people who did the voices for these characters because they're perfect. Even their look is perfect for these characters if they acted and played them in a movie, okay? So, for Ikora Rey, who's like the leader of the Warlocks, right? That's
I know her.
that'd be Gina Torres. She does her voice, or originally did her voice, but they recently changed it to another person. She was in Firefly in the TV show Firefly.
Wait a Gina Torres. Isn't that the character in Voyager? Belana Torres. That's it.
Right. So Gina Torres,
Close.
Gina Torres for Ikora Rey, I would keep that. For Cade 6, obviously I keep Nathan Fillion. Obviously, would keep him for Cade 6. I mean, you just can't do another voice for Cade 6 except Nathan Fillion. Sorry.
Ryan Reynolds.
No, not at all. His voice is no. For Zavala, would keep Lance Reddick, who does his voice. Do you know who Lance Reddick is? Did you see John Wick? You ever seen any of the John Wick movies?
Which one?
Any of them. Because he's in all of them. The guy that's at the front desk, the African-American guy that's at the front desk
that
at
guy?
the Continental, that guy. He does the voice for Zavala. So, yes, obviously I'd have him to do Zavala.
He's so skinny, though.
Yeah, but you put an armor on him, it'll bulk him up. I mean, for Lord Shax, I would probably get Peter Serafinowicz. I think I got that name right. It's hard to... I've seen him in stuff before, but he just has a voice that I think would work for Lord Shax. He was one of the cops, or in Guardians of the Galaxy. He was one of the kind of cop kind of people. He also played in the recent remake of The Tick. He was the Tick, but his voice would go well there. I think Tilda Swinton would be good for Tess Everest. She does the Everest store. One, because Tilda Swinton is kind of pale anyway, and Tess Everest is basically, she's very white and pale.
I would have chosen Tilda Swinton to be Eris.
Eris Morn? No,
Yeah.
Eris Morn is more dark and everything. So I picked
Who
Helen.
did Tilda Swinton play?
Yeah, she played the witch. I know she played, but she also played. But listen. But I picked Helena Bonham Carter to play Eris Morn. I think Helena Bonham Carter from what? One of your favorite musicals?
From Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
A fun fact: she's also the Queen of Hearts in the recent Alice in Wonderland movies.
I know. So
and she also plays Bellatrix Lestrange in Harry Potter franchise.
Oh, really? Okay.
And she plays Emily in The Corpse Bride. She plays the Corpse Bride.
Yes, I knew she was in that because that's a what's
Good Tim Burton movie.
Tim Burton movie, and she's in almost every one of his movies. For Amanda Holiday, and she's just down there working on the ships all the time. I picked Emma Stone. I thought she would kind of be fun in that role. It's kind of a small.
I kind
role.
of see Wendy Malick.
Who's Wendy Malick? I don't know.
Man, you've definitely heard her voice, and you've most likely seen her.
Probably, but
okay. Yeah, let me see. When
Okay, well, while you're looking up, I'll go on because I have more. So Master Rahul, the guy that does all your Ingrams and opens up
Her.
all your. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
She's a little
no,
bit old.
she-
She's a little bit older than I would think that character would be. But yeah, I know who you're talking about.
she's she just got that kind of look,
Yeah. So, but for Master Rahul, who does all the Ingrams that you go talk to, I picked Oscar Isaac. I
Who?
think Oscar. He's in Star Wars. He's in Dune. He's going to be the new Moon Knight in the Moon Knight TV show that they're making.
Okay, that doesn't okay, what I don't know.
He was Poe Dameron in Star Wars.
That him? That guy?
Yeah, that guy. He's also in Dune. He's also
Hey Dad, who would be Zur?
Zur. That's a good question. I didn't do Zur.
He's just as big of a part of the game as freaking Lord
but
Shax.
you don't really interact with.
or the girl from the Ever store.
Yeah, I know, but you go up and you buy stuff from him and walk away every Friday. That's it.
And what
That's
do you
like-
do at the Ever store?
I go to see
You
her all
buy
the time.
stuff.
I go to see her all the time. So
You still buy.
no. Lord Saladin, who's the guy that does Iron
Now-
Banner.
Now,
Yes.
the gentleman Hanzu. No, I feel like a gentleman Hanzu would be good for Zur.
Maybe, yeah. So for Lord Saladin, who's the guy that runs Iron Banner, I picked Ian McShane. Okay, Ian McShane. So we're going back to John Wick, right? The Continental. You have Lance Reddick who runs the front desk, right? But
Yeah.
you know the guy that John's always talking to, who's the owner and who's the manager of the Continental.
Yeah.
The guy with like the longish kind of black hair and kind of sits in the bar that he talks to with that deep kind of. Yeah, that's who I picked for Lord Saladin. I think he would play that character well. I think he's got the voice for it. Although that would be
for Al Pacino.
but that would no because that would. But again, then you're talking about cultural appropriation because I believe Lord Saladin is African American. So I'd have to pick somebody else maybe because I don't want to get canceled by people for. Anyway, so I was just thinking more.
Michael B. Jordan.
Not old enough. I'd have to think about that one. The Drifter, I picked Matthew McConaughey, just because of the voice. I think he could pull off that voice, and then Osiris, I picked Javier Bardem. He's got a Hispanic accent, and Osiris is a British accent, but I think Javier could pull that off. And Osiris, sometimes he's kind of like a good guy and a bad guy, and you never really know with him. And Javier Bardem can pull off that kind of a character really well. And then and then for the Guardian, I'm going to save my last one for my last one. For the Guardian, I picked Tom Hardy. Because depending on who you pick, whether you pick a hunter or a warlock or a titan, they're kind of a little bit different. I think Tom Hardy could pull off all three of those.
Yeah.
I think he could. I think he's kind of he could pull off all three of them. And then for the Ghost,
Tom Hardy is the guy that does Venom, right?
yeah, right.
Okay.
All right. And last but not least, for the
For
Ghost,
the Ghost.
Peter
Peter
Dinklage.
Dinklage.
I'm giving you another shot, dude. You can redeem yourself. Get away from the card table and the cigarettes and the coffee cup
Dad.
and actually read some lines. So that's how I'd pick Peter Dinklage and I'm like, all right, you're going to do it right this time. You're going to do it right this time. Or I will call you an angry elf. And bring it. Absolutely.
Okay. Who now? What about a backup for the Ghost at least?
Backup for the Ghost?
Yeah.
okay,
Because eventually
all
they
right,
did
all
have
right.
to bring in someone else.
Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds, I could see doing
That one I could see.
I could say, yeah. I'm giving you another shot. Okay? Call me. If I ever produce the movie, I'll give you another shot. Just give me a call. But otherwise, I'd probably pick Ryan Reynolds. I think. He might be too goofy for that role. He might be too
I don't
goofy
know.
for that
The
role.
Ghost can be pretty. The Ghost can be pretty snarky.
Yeah, that's true. Very snarky. So anyway, that's my list. I'm sure there's
Okay.
other people that I could have picked, but that's who I came up with. I actually came up with people. I didn't wing it. I thought ahead of time for once. I actually thought about this.
Yeah. Yeah, for once.
Right,
The
actually-
first time in a long time.
Hey, Sonata, thanks for following.
What's up, man? Thank you.
So,
Or woman or non-binary individual, however you self-identify as.
just Sonata's fine, Connor. Sonata's fine.
Sonata Mag.
So anyway, so that's
Gonna call you Mags.
that's who I would cast in my Destiny movie. If I had unlimited funds, I'm sure. And see, and like I've told you before, thank you.
Boom.
I am terrible. At recall.
None much, man.
I'm great at
How about you?
recognition. So if somebody throws some good actors out at me, if someone throws out some good,
Oh, good. I love mystery.
throw some good actors at me, I might come up with some better ideas. But those are the ones that I was able to come up with for mine. I thought you came up with some good ones for Mass Effect too. So
That's dangerous.
that's
leaving it up to my imagination.
leaving
That's
it up
very
to
dangerous.
Connor's imagination is that is risky.
You're talking to
about living
an,
dangerously.
an unprofessional professional storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
My imagination knows no bounds.
You know who's,
I will picture you as a giant purple flying elephant wearing a top hat and a tail made of licorice.
Okay. What?
I just said the most random thing that I could string together.
There you go. Yeah, who would feel? You know what? He might have made a good ghost. Philip Seymour Hoffman may have done a good voice for the ghost in Destiny.
Have I heard him before?
I don't know, man. He passed away a few years ago, and I'm not sure if you saw.
Oh no, Dad. I know someone even better for the ghost.
Okay.
Back in his prime, Tim Curry.
True. But
That would have been really good.
Yeah. Okay, so we've done our geek question. I think we've talked that out. Do we need to talk about we have to talk about this movie at some point, right? Is there anything else that you want to say about your Mass Effect movie? Anything else that you want to add? Camel leopard. There you go. Camel leopard. I like that.
If
that should be our new. That should be my new gamer tag. Camel leopard.
no.
No,
Anyway,
I think I'll keep Headgamer. So anyway,
I want to somehow incorporate Doc Martin in this thing.
who?
The guy who played Doc Martin
Doc Martin
in Back to the Future.
Oh,
Doc.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, just say Doc.
That actor.
Okay. Christopher Lloyd. Wow.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd. I don't know why, but I can somehow picture him in this universe, and I want to put him as something. I can't figure out what.
What in Mass Effect? You mean?
Yeah.
Okay. He could be the.
He could be Caden.
No. And of course he couldn't do it now because of his age and his trouble. Yeah, Doc Brown.
Brown, that's what it is.
Thank you. That's why I was
Government
confused.
didn't.
I'm like, who are you talking about? So
Doc Martin is a shoe.
Right? I'm like, what? You want to shoot? You want to like put shoes in Mass Effect? I didn't know what the hell you're talking about. Anyway,
I'm dumb.
So-
I'm dumb. I'm sorry.
Christopher Lloyd, at younger in his career. I mean, at this age, I don't think he could pull it off. But younger in his career, what's the character's name? Who's like the human representative on the council? Counselor
Udina.
I think he could probably do Udina. Because it can kind of be kind of smarmy and kind of, I think he could pull that off younger in his career. No, I'm just saying, I mean, and granted, Counselor Udina looks
Walken for Udina. Christopher Walken for Udina.
I can't. I'm sitting. No. I want Christopher Walken to be the ghost. That's what I want. I want Christopher Walken to be the ghost in Destiny. That would be hilarious.
Oh, it's good. You're alive.
That wizard came from the moon. Yeah, I can't do voices. I'm sorry. I can't. Sorry. I suck at them. I'm terrible at them. But that would be funny. That would be funny.
Oh, actually. William
now?
Shatner as Udina.
I don't see it, man. Because I have a hard time seeing Shatner as anything other than Kirk. I just do.
That's your own fault.
Maybe so,
But
it's just like okay, I'm chasing
you
a
would
chicken
be
now. I'm chasing a chicken now. It's just like we were talking today earlier. That a lot of people were talking about the Eternals, which came out today, which I'd kind of like to see, but they're talking about seeing it in the theater and this kind of stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wait and see it when it comes out on Disney Plus because I've got a mental block. I'm having a really hard time. As much as I like Salma Hayek and Angelina Jolie's okay, as much as I like them as performers, I'm really having a hard time seeing them as superheroes, especially Angelina. So I'm not really planning. I don't want to go spend all that money to go see it in the theater because that mental block is going to prevent me from really enjoying it as much as I'd have to pay to watch it. So I'm going to wait and see it. What? What's this? I've got a poop face you got going on here. What's up?
I know who can play Captain Anderson.
Oh yeah, who?
Will Smith.
I mean, I could see it. I mean, they'd have to.
Come on.
They'd have to age him up a little bit because Captain
He's
Anderson's
already
older.
aged up.
Well, he has, but I'm thinking Idris Elba could pull that off too, because he's kind of got that rugged look, right? He's kind of got that
Have
rugged.
you seen Will Smith lately?
Yeah, well, I know, but he's still. I'm just of the two, I would pick Idris Elba over.
You can only ever see him as Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, can't you?
No, I've seen him in a bunch of stuff.
Like
And I like him in a lot of things. Well, I mean, I've seen him in Men in Black. I've seen him in Men in Black. I saw him in that movie on. Oh yeah, somebody's asking who's Garrus again? Who's Garrus going to be?
Oh, okay.
Somebody's asking. Somebody's asking who would be
Okay.
Garrus because they came in late. So who did you pick to be Garrus?
Garrus, I saw as Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Which I think is very believable. And then I had Felicia Day as Tali, Emma Watson as Liara, and then I had Dave Bautista as
Toshi.
And then I had Dave Bautista as Rex.
Okay.
And then for Shepard, I finally chose Channing Tatum to be Shepard.
Right.
I feel like he'd be a good mix, you know.
And I still think Vin Diesel would do a better Rex or Grunt, one of them, just because he can pull off the more gravelly voice, that kind of gravelly voice. I mean, Batista can
That's
too.
true.
He's got that guttural kind of voice, but I think that and that's fine. That's fine. No worries. Thanks for stopping in and shooting us a follow.
Oh yeah.
But I think Vin could pull off that voice. I mean, good grief, he does Groot. He did the Iron Giant. You know, I mean, he can pull off that really gravelly type voice.
To be fair, a bunch of that stuff is done in post edit, messing with the voice. You know.
I know that.
So,
But
so I mean, either way, hey, I gotta mess with his voice a little bit, just to get it, to get that Rex quality, you know.
Sure. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. So, okay.
Oh, and then also obviously, Seth Green as Joker. There are some people you just gotta keep. I can literally picture no one else being Joker.
I mean, they modeled that character. I mean, literally, they 3D modeled that character after Seth Green. So
The only other person I could see as possibly being Joker in my universe is Ryan Reynolds.
Okay,
Only other person.
Yes. Okay. But so now I was just talking about Loving Iron Giant. Hold on, I'll just show you something I got from Dragon Con this year that I haven't found a place to hang it up yet. Hold on.
Iron Giant is one of my favorite movies, and it will always be one of my favorite. What do you have, Dad? What do you have? What is this? What is this? You better show me. Oh, come on. If you got something Iron Giant and didn't get me anything, I'm gonna be pissed. You better show me. Come on. Go. Oh!
I'm trying to get in here where I can see the whole thing. And it's got the deer and the boy and the whole thing. So we're gonna get it hung up at some point. Oh, also,
Did you get one for me?
Monty Python as the usual suspects.
Nice.
I just have to find a place to hang them.
Did you get one for me?
No,
Dad,
I
Dad,
sent.
Did you get one for me?
No, I sent you your stuff.
What? That's
No,
no. We need posters.
and
And you know,
really
all we
look at
got
the wall
was-
behind
was-
you.
was-
Look at the wall behind you. I got
Yeah,
one
That's
thing.
one poster.
I got one thing. One.
You've got a bookshelf.
Well, yeah.
I've got nothing except for this. Except for this thing, I've got nothing.
My lights are going out on my my Tetris light over here. Anyway, whatever. It's about to fall down. So, okay. All right. So how? Yeah, right. Okay.
95 is alive.
Oh God. Really? Okay.
What?
So let's move on. Let's go
They
talk.
said short circuit. I had to do my Johnny 5.
Let's talk about this movie. How about it? This is
Let's not.
This
Let's
was
not.
no. I
it's-
wanna watch it again because after having watched it, when I watched it, I'm sitting there going, "What did I just watch?" The more I think about it, the more I'm laughing about it. I want to go back and watch it again. So we're
You're
going to talk.
laughing at it. I could not laugh at it. It was horrible and scary and messed up. That'd be like
Okay.
laughing at the
All right.
Alchemist cookbook.
We're going to jump into the next installment of Roll for Credits. All right, hold on one sec.
Yeah, roll for credit. Let's get this over with.
All right, so I got to pull up my notes here. So we watched this movie from 2020 called 12-Hour Shift. It starred, let's see if I can find my notes here. It's written and directed by a woman named Bria Grant. I don't really know much about her. She's got a bunch of credits, but I don't really know I don't really know anything she's been in. Stars Angela Bettis as a woman named Mandy. She's the drug addict nurse. Chloe Farnsworth plays her redneck, not very smart cousin Regina. Nakia Gamby Turner plays Karen, her buddy and nurse at work. David Arquette is in it and plays a convict that's in the hospital. And Mick Foley is in it as the Oregon black marketeer. So those are some of the more notable characters in there. So the tagline of this movie is, well, the tagline is pull your shifts together. So that's why I put that up there. But it's like bodies start to pile up when a drug user nurse and her cousin try to find a replacement kidney for an organ trafficker. So this movie fell in the comedy section. That was because we were picking a comedy last time, based on the roles that we did, and this came up. So definitely, it's falling in the black comedy like Fargo or those kind of things. Dude Love, Cactus Jack, Mankind. That Mick Foley, absolutely. So he's in here wearing some shiny gold and black shirt, and he's a black market organ trafficker. So
What do you mean? You know, did you send me a message saying a kidney, a gross purse worldwide is worth close to $7,000?
what? Okay, hold on. What? No. I was saying
Didn't you say something about a kidney being worth like $7,000?
No. What I said was, I was sending Connor messages about this movie earlier. No, that is, how much did this movie make? This movie, worldwide, only made $6,820 worldwide in ticket sales.
You said gross purse. Right after you said something about a kidney. So I thought gross purse was slang for kidney.
Gross?
The worldwide, it's worth $6,000. I thought that's what you said.
No. Gross means gross ticket sales. Purse means the money that it brought in. Worldwide, this movie only made $6,820.
But
I guarantee
but
you.
Also, gross means disgusting things.
I guarantee.
And purse can hold things, and a kidney can hold things. So I thought you meant you were talking about what a kidney goes for on the black market, and I'm like, how do you know that?
So. I have no idea, but yeah, I mean, I could see them releasing it in one theater for Oscar season if it was an Oscar-worthy movie. No,
It was
no,
not.
no.
It was
might,
not worth it.
And I don't even know if it would qualify for the Razzies as like the worst, movie kind of stuff. Okay, so here's the story. Here's the basic premise, guys. So there's a nurse, Mandy, okay? And she goes into work for her 12-hour shift. She talks to her friend Karen, who's one of the other nurses, and they have this little scam going on where they sell body parts, like cadavers, people that have died. They harvest some body parts and sell them to this Oregon black marketeer for money, and partly so Mandy can support her drug habit, because she's in there snorting some comatose patient's pills at the beginning of the movie. And she's roped in her cousin to be the go-between. She harvests the organs, puts it in like a little igloo
Her cousin
cooler.
by marriage.
Yeah, puts it in this little igloo cooler, and her friend takes it to Mick Foley, and gives it and sells the organ to them, and she gets the money and it supports her drug habit. So that's the premise of the movie. So it starts with she gets a kidney out of some cadaver or something to give to her cousin. Her cousin, and she puts it in a cooler. She takes it out to her, and they're out back next to a Coke machine or a splurge machine or splurt machine. Spurt, that's what it is. So she opens up the cooler, and the girl says, well, I always like to keep them cold, so I put a couple of drinks in there with them to keep them cold, and she buys a couple of spurts and puts them in the cooler. But when she put them in the cooler, she had taken the kidney out to put the drinks in and forgot to put the kidney back in the cooler. So then she went to Mick Foley's character to sell the kidney, and there's no kidney, just 2 cans of drinks. So she starts to panic and says she's going to go back to the hospital. So she goes back to the hospital. Her cousin, the nurse, is like, you effing idiot. What did you do? And then they all start trying to figure out how to get another kidney. And they're all taking their own approach to get a kidney from somebody. So
someone is just killing people left and right.
So people just start dying left and right. And it's like, the first one that dies is the cousin goes and kills some dude who's on dialysis. She pours bleach down his throat to kill him, and harvests his kidney. And her cousin, the nurse, says, "You idiot! He's on dialysis. His kidneys are worthless. You killed a man for no reason." And it goes on from there. And people just start dying.
Doesn't care.
Oh, and by the way, David Arquette is brought in as a prisoner with some problem, and he's trying to. And it's just like one thing happens after the other. It's like a comedy of errors with blood spurting everywhere and body parts flying and stupid cops. I'm just like, what did I just watch here?
That's what I said, but I didn't laugh at all. I could not get into it. It's just that's not my kind of humor.
I didn't laugh because I thought it was funny. I started laughing because it was so bad. I'm like, it's like one of those so bad they're good kind of movies, Yeah. That's where I was just like, oh my! The first time I watched it, when I watched it, I'm like, I don't understand why this isn't a comedy. It's just bad. But as I think about it more, it's kind of funny. Like at one point, yes, of the Family Arquette. So at one point, the cousin Regina, she kills some skateboarding dude outside. She starts making out with him and stabs him and kills him and takes what
gallbladder.
Takes what she thinks is his kidney. And comes in talking to Mandy, her cousin, and the other nurse, and says, "Look what I've got! I've got his kidney." And they say, "That's not his kidney. That's his bladder." "No, it's not. It's his kidney." "Where did you cut him?" I cut him through his stomach." "That's his bladder. You go through the back to get the kidney." So she cut out the dude's bladder, didn't even get his kidney, and she's like, "Are those panties?" because she's holding it in a pair of panties. She's like, yeah, I didn't have a bag. So she took her panties off, took the guy's bladder, put the bladder in her panties, and is carrying it around covered in blood through half the movie. And at the end, when she's covered in blood and she's trying to get away, her cousin says, you can't be wearing those scrubs. You got to leave. You got to take those off. So she took the top off and had her bra on. And then I completely forgot. She took the bottoms of the scrubs off, and she's got no panties on. So you see just this bare ass running to her pink Corvette at the end of the movie.
She is straight up Donald ducking it.
What are we watching? Absolutely. No, she wasn't even
Donald ducking it.
She wasn't even Donald ducking it because there was no shirt. It was just a bra. And
she was Daffy ducking.
Yes, I didn't have a bag, so I just put a bladder in a pair of panties and she's literally running around the hospital in scrubs covered in blood and puke
and vomit
because she puked on herself. It's called 12-Hour Shift, and it's on Hulu. It's like, what are you doing? So the cousin, who's this brain dead redneck, and I can say redneck because I'm from the South, so I can get away with it. Just, oh my gosh. And she's like killing like 4 or 5 people in the hospital with bleach and pillows and knives and whatever. So yeah, it was interesting. And I thought it was kind of funny, the casting that they did, because the person they got to play Mandy, she looked like a drug addict. I mean, I hate to say it, and I'm sure it was makeup to make her look plain and everything, but she had the bags under her eyes, and she was super thin. I mean, so they cast the character really well because she had the look of someone who was a functional addict. But yeah, so it was definitely an interesting movie. So, was there anything about the movie that you liked? Or at least thought was interesting.
None of it.
At least thought was interesting.
Nope, none of it. Would not watch it again.
I will say, I was really impressed because when David Arquette, when his character finally woke up and started running around around the hospital, because the power had gone out, there was a storm that had happened, and so he had gotten loose. And I'm like, I remember David Arquette kind of being kind of a frumpy looking dude, even when he did the whole WCW wrestling thing. He looked in pretty good shape. Oh, by the way, he was one of the producers of the movie.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, dude, you didn't even make enough with this movie to pay for the catering that you spent for this movie. You couldn't even buy. I guarantee you spent more than $7,000 just on donuts and coffee while you were filming this movie. But I will say that Mandy's character, even though she was doing some horrible things to support her drug habit,
yeah,
there was an intelligence and a street smartness about her,
I will agree with you.
And there was a morality underneath there too with some of the characters. She didn't care. I like they were method actors. I love it, Sonata. That's a great comment.
That's a good one, Mag.
Yeah,
I just now got that.
Yeah, there you go. So, anyway, so even though she was doing what she was doing to support a drug habit,
yes, they do. I think they do intro the films.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. I mean, they have to. I mean, because good grief. I mean, can you imagine all the millions that were lost?
You couldn't even buy a new car with what they made.
Couldn't you? But I mean, right? Well, I mean, look at a movie like Wild.
Couldn't even buy a used car.
Look at a movie like Wild Wild West with Will Smith, Kevin Kline, and I think was it Penelope Cruz that was in, or was it Salma Hayek? I can't remember. Anyway, that movie was a flop and lost millions of dollars. But they still had to pay their actors and actresses and all their crew. So yeah, I'm sure they had to insure it. And look, clearly it's a low budget movie, right? They probably rented out a small hospital for a day or two and filmed this thing because it was all filmed around a hospital. There wasn't a lot of other. And then there was like an airport hangar where Mick Foley was or whatever. But
and this wasn't even that long of a movie. It was like barely an hour and a half.
It was about an hour and a half long. Yeah, it wasn't that long. So Okay, yeah, I thought it was Salma Hayek, but sometimes in some of their movies, it's not that I get the two Penelope Cruz and Salma Hayek mixed up, but sometimes I get mixed up which one has done which movie. So thanks for that.
Yeah.
But so I guess the thing that I pulled away from this movie is the dregs of humanity. I mean, was there a good character? Was there a good person in this whole movie? Really? Of the main characters.
Kent.
Kent was the one that was always trying to get a hospital bed?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but he was a hypochondriac, so he was an
He
annoying...
turned in the organs.
Right, but he was an annoying little jerk the whole time, the whole movie. But he wasn't.
But
he
the
wasn't.
only good one.
Well, the one nurse that got hit over the head. She wasn't a bad person. You know, the nurse that got her throat slit. She wasn't a bad person. She was kind of very, very businesslike and kind of a mean supervisor, but she wasn't a bad person, right? But yeah, but the nurse, the other nurse, her friend, the cousin, the convict, the organ black marketeer, his muscle man. We haven't even mentioned that Mandy had a half brother that was brought in comatose from a drug overdose, and they almost tried to kill him and take his organs, right? So it's just like, it just kind of showed what greed can do to people, right? I mean, yes, addiction and greed kind of fed off of each other in this movie, and people were just doing horrible things. And Regina, the brain dead cousin, I mean, how many people did she end up killing?
I want to say 4.
She killed the one for sure, the skater.
Oh yeah.
And then she beat up the nurse. She tried to smother
Didn't kill her.
Didn't kill her. Did it kill her? I don't know
No.
if it killed her or not. Okay, smothered the patient, almost killed her.
Yeah, almost.
And then was there somebody else that she almost killed? And
The
then
dialysis patient.
right, she did kill the dialysis patient. Right, she poured
Okay,
bleach
so
down.
2.
You're right. And then the strong arm guy for the black marketeer, he slit the woman's throat, the other nurse's throat. So, yeah, this was considered.
But she didn't die.
Okay, so this was considered a comedy, people. We had 4 dead bodies, a slit throat, a bashed head, a smothered woman, organs running around up and down the hospital in panties, and it was a comedy, or supposed to be a comedy. Yeah, so you should go see it. Oh, and here's did you pick up on this too? I think Mandy was homeless.
I didn't pick up on that.
Because if you remember at the beginning of the movie, she's talking to that other nurse, right, as they're doing shift change.
Yeah.
Right? And she's just walking in from her truck. She walks in to do a 12-hour shift. She leaves, goes to her truck, gets in her truck, sets the alarm for 12 hours. Her eyes close, the camera pans off, and then the alarm goes off. She's asleep in her truck. She gets out of her truck, puts her hair back up, and walks back in for her next shift. So she just went to her truck and slept in her truck till her next shift. So it kind of makes me think that maybe she's just homeless and she's just working to make money at the hospital selling these organs to support her drug habit, and she doesn't even have a place to live, which is kind of sad, right? So, look, if you want to see a movie that's supposed to be a comedy and you're sitting there going, really? I mean, look at the poster. Look at the poster that's for the movie. It's a blood splattered face for a comedy, right? So I do like the line, "Pull your shift together." I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So
That is a good line.
anyway, so look for the folks that are coming here and talking to us for the first time. When we talk about reviewing movies, we just talk about movies. We don't really review movies. I see people that review movies and they talk about, oh, did you see the symbolism here and the symbol? We're simple people. We just talk about the movie, what was funny, what was weird, what was bad. So if you're looking for a professional review, this ain't it. This is just two nerds talking about a movie that we see. Because, see, we pick movies at random. We literally roll dice to pick a movie to watch. So we have no clue what we're watching from one week to the next. So we're about to roll for our next movie to see what that's going to be.
Let's do it.
And who knows what it's going to be. So do you have any parting shots about 12-Hour Shift?
At least it wasn't 12 hours.
That's true. It wasn't 12. I would recommend you guys go watch it, just for the experience of watching it and seeing Mick Foley in a movie. And actually, if you think about it, there were two professional wrestling world champions in this movie. Mick Foley,
David Arquette, and Mick Foley.
Yep. They both. Now, David Arquette's was more of like a gimmick in WCW, but he was world champion for a time in World WCW. So you actually had two world champion wrestlers in this movie. So, anyway, I don't have any other parting shots, but I will say that if you want to just watch a weird movie that was supposed to be funny and it's kind of weird, but the more you let it sit, the funnier it gets as you think about it. Yeah. I will say the funniest part was watching her drop her scrubs and go, oh, I forgot she didn't have any panties for half the movie. She's walking out with that flabby butt, just walking out to her pink Corvette.
It's freaking ridiculous.
It just made me laugh so hard. So anyway, what we do is all right. So I don't have anything else. You done with 12-Hour Shift? You're done with 12 Hour
I'm
Shift.
done.
All right. So we're gonna roll for our next movie. Then we're gonna get out of here. So what we do is we roll a 20-sided die. Okay.
Excuse me.
There you go. So we roll a 20-sided dice to pick which service we're going to do. We either watch a movie on HBO Max or Hulu or Amazon or Netflix. So we roll a dice to see what service we pick. Then we roll a 10-sided dice to see what genre we're gonna select from, and then we roll a 100-sided dice. My weapon, my D100. We roll that.
Your freaking golf ball.
It's bigger than a golf ball. So, and then we roll that, and so that tells us which movie in that genre we're going to pick. And I just scroll down and pick it. So we literally pick a movie at random based on a roll of the dice every week for the next movie. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to roll our dice and see what we're going to get. Okay. So I like to roll all my dice.
Roll, thanks.
What's that? Oh,
my
yeah.
burp.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Roll. So this is going to be loud. Okay. I have to roll it in.
No, we're not watching it now.
No, we're gonna. Yes, this is homework. So I'm gonna tell you guys what movie we're gonna do, and then y'all can watch it if you want to, and come back and join us and talk about it next time. So, I rolled a 3. So if I look at my list, that is going to be
Amazon.
I think, right? And then I rolled a 1 on the 10-sided die, so that's action adventure.
Okay.
And then on the 100-sided die, I rolled a 23. So we're going to go find the 23rd movie in the action-adventure genre on Amazon, and that's the movie we're going to watch next. So let me pull up my Amazon first, okay? So one sec, and then I'm going to scroll down through that, and we're going to find it. Okay, so... What? Okay, I don't know what's that all about. Okay, so
Amazon, the Amazon rainforest full of monkeys.
Whatever. Okay, so I've got my list up. I'm gonna go find our 23rd movie in the action adventure on Amazon, and I'll be right back.
Let's do this. Why are you laughing?
We're in for a treat next week.
Oh, good God.
We are going to watch the 1986 action-adventure movie, Thrashin'.
Thrashing?
2 skateboarding gangs battle each other for supremacy, and a member of one gang falls in love with the sister of his rival.
Oh.
So, skateboard gangs from the 80s. But hold on, there's more.
It's not like West Side Story, Tony Hawk edition.
But there's more. Guess who the star is?
Wesley Snipes?
Josh Brolin. So Thanos is a skateboard gang member from the 80s. There you go. That's what we're watching next week. A skateboard gang movie with Thanos. And I'm sure lots of fantastic 80s music. This is going to be fantastic.
Exactly, Mag. It's basically West Side Story, Tony Hawk edition.
I'm looking. I can see the trailer here. I'm not watching it. I can see the trailer. It's not even widescreen. It's just the old 4x3. I mean, it's just like basically a TV movie with Josh Brolin riding skateboards, gang style, falling in love, Romeo and Juliet skateboard style, right? So this should
West
be
Side Story, Tony Hawk edition.
This should be very, very interesting. Yeah. I'm so excited to watch this movie. Watch this movie. Yes, but I
Goonies era Brolin.
I can't remember when Goonies came out. I think Goonies came out before '86, so I think he's a little bit older than the Goonies era, Josh. Yes. But still, he's got from the trailer looks like he's got longer, wavier.
Didn't Josh Brolin play Sloth?
No, he played the main character's big brother. I can't remember. I'm terrible with names. I'm terrible with names and character names. But he played. Yeah, no, he played the big brother. No.
Okay.
Man, I had the name off the top of my head. I'm drawing blank. He used to be a defensive lineman for the Oakland Raiders. He played Sloth.
Who are the Raiders?
Oh my god!
What?
It's called football. It's called sports ball, dude. Oh, speaking of sports stuff. Speaking of sports stuff. So I went to I had to do Bible study on Wednesday mornings. I go to Bible study on Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
And I walked in and I was wearing my Columbus Blue Jackets. That's NHL. That's hockey. And I walk in, and Alex Dixon looks at it funny, going, "What's that?" I'm like, "It's hockey. You wouldn't understand. It's not college football." Because all he follows is college football. He doesn't, because I'm in the South, right? So I thought it was just kind of funny that I walk in with a hockey hat on, and he's got no clue who it is.
And the only reason why you're getting into hockey is because I now live in Ohio.
Nope, that's not true. The reason why I picked the Blue Jackets as my home team is because of you in Ohio. Yes, but the reason why I picked hockey is because I like to watch sports, just like I like my nerd stuff. I like to watch my sports as an escape from the realities of the world. I like it as just an escape. And everything has become so political these days that hockey is the one major sport that is refusing to go political and just saying, hey, we're just going to play the sport. And it's fantastic. It's fun to just watch the sport.
Hey, Dad, look at the chat.
Oh, no, Seattle Kraken. Oh, I've got a Seattle Kraken shirt because I'm a big Seattle fan. And since the Kraken have a team now, I've got a Seattle Kraken shirt that I got when I was in Seattle a few weeks ago. So, Seattle Kraken shirt. So, frequently you'll see me sitting on my couch with ESPN on watching split screen hockey. And I'll have my Kraken shirt on and my Blue Jackets hat on. So, I'm trying to get me a Sellinger, which is a Blue Jackets rookie. He's 8, dude. One of your players on your team near you, the Blue Jackets, he's 18 years old. 18 years old, and he's a professional hockey player. So, anyway, I want his jersey. I want to get one of the Kraken jerseys and stuff. So yes. Anyway, so yes, I'm getting into hockey. And I don't really understand it yet. Although, it was so funny. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day because, down here...
Read Hockey for Dummies.
So I was talking to a friend of mine down here recently, because the Braves just won the World Series, right? And I got a bunch of Braves friends who are Braves fans. And they were talking about the playoffs. It was before the World Series.
Brave fans who are Braves fans.
Friends who are Braves fans. And they were talking about the playoffs. It was when they were still playing the Dodgers before they got into the World Series. And I'm like, I just have a hard time watching baseball on TV. It's like watching paint dry. I says, give me hockey any day. And he's like, I just don't get hockey. I just don't understand it and this kind of stuff. I'm like, dude, hockey is basically like soccer or basketball on ice. But they have
to golf.
But they have melee weapons and blades for feet, and they fight on purpose. Why would you not like that sport? It's a sport with melee weapons. I mean, come on, right?
And legal fights.
They encourage them. I mean, come on. Dude, the other day, that 18-year-old for the Blue Jackets was taking somebody down. 18 years old, and he's just knocking the slop out of somebody. I think it's great. So
I could mow down someone if I wanted to.
You know, and
I could completely clothesline them and knock them on their butt.
So anyway, I need to just play a bunch of chickens because we just chased a bunch of chickens. So anyway,
that'll be our hockey team, the running chickens.
Yeah. So anyway, so look, so we do this typically on Friday nights at 8:00. We will eventually be transitioning to Monday nights, although I don't know when exactly that's going to happen. But probably in the near future, that we'll be transitioning to Monday nights. But we typically do this Friday nights at 8:00. At 10:00 on Friday nights, I start, gaming with my buddies. Sometimes I stream it, sometimes I don't. I may stream it tonight, depends on what they want to do. But that's what we would do. Tuesday night, this coming Tuesday night, and I will send out in all the Discords the link for the stream for the launch of our Legion of Dork short story anthology that we're releasing for charity. That I've got a short story in it. So, and we're having a launch party.
The Mighty Clucks.
The Mighty Clucks. There you go.
The Mighty Ducks.
We've got a launch party
That's
Tuesday night.
That's a good
so
one,
come and join us there. All the authors are going to be on. We're going to kind of chat about our stories and everything. And then next Thursday, at least plan for next Thursday. I may end up being out of town next Thursday, but if not, if I'm in town next Thursday, I'm doing a charity game stream from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. to benefit military and veteran suicide prevention. And I'll be playing games literally all day and drinking tons of coffee and hanging out and playing probably some stupid stuff. I have found that playing the stupid games is more fun with folks than playing the really shooter games. So I found one that is basically, it's kind of like a metal slug, but you're a goose. So that should be kind of fun. So anyway, so that's what we're doing. That's what's coming in the next week. But we'll be back next Friday night watching Thrashin', a 1980s skateboard gang movie with Thanos. Thrashin'. And I think
Thrashing real good.
I think the trailer was playing over here a while ago in the background, and I heard Devo. So I think it's got some good 80s music going in there, man. And like that's the stuff I grew up with in high school was the 80s stuff.
Just whip it.
I don't think it was Whip It, but it was definitely a Devo song. So anyway, so that's what we're gonna do. So that's
on
all.
Devo, those guys that wear the pyramid hats.
Yes, absolutely, and the Max turtlenecks that kind of go up to here. Black turtlenecks that go up to here, and then the little red pyramid hats. Yes. And did you know?
So basically, just a bunch of Zuckerbergs.
And did you know?
No, Jobs.
Fun fact. See, I get to do a fun fact. Mark Mothersbaugh. Because there was two brothers, the Mothersbaugh brothers, Mark, and I can't remember his brother's name, and then maybe Dennis, I can't remember. They were the heads of Devo. Did you know that Mark Mothersbaugh did most of the Nickelodeon TV show themes? Rugrats, Thornberries.
I can see that.
Yeah, he did all of those. So
I loved the Wild Thornberries.
So Mr.
Oh my gosh.
Mr.
It was
80s
an animated Steve Irwin.
Mr. 80s new wave music now started doing chill. It's like Tim Burton, you know. He was the lead singer for Oingo Boingo. Not Tim Burton. Oh god.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No, not Tim Burton. Danny Elfman. He was the lead singer for Oingo Boingo back in the Reptiles and Samurai and Whole Day Off and Nothing to Fear, that kind of music.
Squirrel Nut Zippers?
No, that's a whole other band,
else.
which I like. But no, he became a composer. He did like the Batman movie soundtracks. So he's
Which
like
Batman?
Like the early ones, like the 80s and 90s, not the Dark Knight ones, the ones before that. So anyway. Okay. It's just so funny seeing the guys that I watched when I was in high school that were like these really weird new wave punk people became like TV and movie soundtrack composers. It's kind of funny. So anyway.
Oh, excuse me.
Boy, that was a lot of chickens there at the end. I need to hit the chicken again. So that's all we got. We're going to get out of here. I'll probably be back on the stream.
I'm about to pass out.
I'll probably be back on the stream at 10 o'clock on the Xbox. So I probably won't have a overlay or anything. It'll just be me on the Xbox with my buddies playing if I stream. And we'll
Gonna
go from
do
there. And then
Overwatch or Destiny.
No,
together?
we're gonna run a dungeon tonight. So a drinking dungeon, that should be awfully fun. And very
drinking. Destiny now has dungeons.
Yeah, they're like mini raids. They're like mini raids.
Okay.
So, they're with three players instead of 6. Fire team with 3 instead of 6. So we're gonna do that.
So literally a mini dungeon.
Yeah. So I'll be back on Tuesday.
Mini raid.
And I'll be back on Tuesday night promoting the Misspelled anthology. I get to talk about my story that I wrote. And then Thursday I'll be back playing games all day, doing a charity stream. And then Friday we'll be back for the podcast for the Gene Pool, where we'll be talking about Thrashed and all that kind of fun stuff, and chasing a whole lot more chickens. Thanks so much for the folks that came in and hung out with us and chatted.
It is always so much more fun than when we have people to riff off of.
So much more fun to have people to talk to than just me looking at that guy.
Hey, I bring the funny.
I've looked at you for 25 years, dude. I've looked at you since the day you were born. So, sometimes it's nice talking to other people. If you're listening to this on the audio side, hey, give us a rating on Apple, whatever podcast place not because we're wanting good ratings, although that's fun. We just want people to find us so we can have more people to hang out with us.
We're desperate.
No, I'm not desperate. I'm asking them if they
No,
choose.
I'm desperate.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for the new follows tonight. That was awesome. I really appreciate it, guys.
We are for sale.
No, I'm not. I have integrity. I'm not for sale. I'm cheap. I'm free. So there you go. Anyway.
Yes.
So,
you bring the punny, Mag. You bring the punny.
So y'all have a good night. Hopefully we'll see you guys next week. I'll see you guys on Discord. It's been great talking to you guys, and we'll see y'all next week. So until next time.
Oh, sorry.
Yo,
stay nerdy, my friend.
Wow, really?
Yes.
It's not like we've been doing this for 67 episodes.
I was chewing a hard candy. I'm sorry.
Oh, you were dancing.
Bad time.
Oh my goodness gracious. Bye, guys. Y'all have a good night.
Oh, wait. What?
I
have one more thing to do.
Oh, God, what?
I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want them answered immediately.
You're still here?
Oh,
It's over.
Man.
Go home.
I had to, Dad. I had to. It wouldn't be a stream if I didn't do it.
That's true.